Hey, welcome to another episode of Ghetto Geek Squad presents Electric Boogaloo and Crew. I'm the Lou and Boogaloo, and let's say what's up to the crew. Today we got a little thing different on our things going on. We got Jay up in the left side. This is the way I'm seeing it, at least, and where I'm recording it.
Yeah,
I got
it's
Jay on the
all
left
different.
side, and Chops is on the bottom. I'm all screwed up now. I don't know who to look at.
Oh, actually, yeah, no, I'm on the right side.
Yeah, it's always well because
but
I'm
Josh is still on
recording
the
it.
bottom, so we can both still look down for him.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we always look down on you anyway.
So,
What's going on, Choppers?
I am fucking great. This week was a rough week for us, man. Crazy week today. Crazy week. But other than that, I'm doing okay.
Alrighty. And JJ, Mayday J. What's up, brother?
Mayday J.
Not too bad.
How's it going, Mayday J?
Movie of the week. Oh my God, freaking Bill and Ted's. How awesome
Oh,
was that?
fucking
How awesome
great,
was that
man.
movie?
Bill and Ted, Face the Music,
they
the
pulled it
third
off.
movie finally comes out. We all watched it together, which was fucking great. We had a blast on that one, man. That was so good.
Oh man, everything
my
was done
goodness.
just right on that movie.
I'm glad I own it because I've been dying to watch it
Didn't
again.
mess it. Oh my God, I was craving for it so bad. I wanted to watch it like 3 minutes just to catch all those things.
How can we do that? I put it on my I got it on. I put it on Xbox. Oh yeah. I bought it on the Xbox. The Xbox gave me the 5 episodes of the cartoon.
I was gonna say you could have put it on Prime. Or
I know, I could have.
or Netflix or something.
I would have did that. Yeah, you're right.
Oops.
Yeah, that was the movie of the week. There was one more too that I watched. That was really good. Today I watched the movie. John Q.
Yeah.
I don't remember that movie at all. That was fucking good, man.
Yeah, that was messed up at the end. Yeah.
Yo, Denzel did it again. Denzel did it again. I was like, yo, that motherfucker could act his ass off, dude.
Hell yeah.
I was like so emotional in that movie. I was like, oh, this shit is fucking great, man. Wow, good movie, man.
Yeah, definitely. And I finally got to see Ford versus Ferrari.
What'd you think?
How did you
Right? It wasn't what you expected. It was really fun.
I kept avoiding it. I kept seeing it, and I was just
Me too.
It's definitely
I was like, let me just sit in and watch it, and I was just like, oh, it's pretty cool, you know?
Oh shit! Now I gotta check it out. Cause I've been avoiding it.
All right, let's get to our movie then, man.
Yep.
Man, I was really excited to do this movie because this is another, as we say every episode, another one of our favorite movies.
Another one.
One of my favorite directors, Joe Dante.
Oh yeah.
Famous for Gremlins, which is probably his most famous movie.
And I believe Inner Space too, right?
Inner Space, which I was thinking about that. I was like, that keeps coming on HBO, and I'm like, yeah, we got to hit that one up. They play it like every day. Whatchamacallit, Piranha, the classic, Roger Corman's classic.
Piranha.
The original Piranha, yeah.
Yeah, this is actually his first movie that stepped outside the sci-fi.
Yeah,
genre.
and what was cool about it too was that his first movie with Amblin, which was Steven Spielberg's production company, and Steven Spielberg's first movie that Amblin did, that his production company did, was Gremlins. And then Ron Howard and Brian Glazer came up with Imagine, and this was their first movie. So he was like, I was the first movie for both of these production companies.
Yeah.
And he made the money too.
And they were hits. So,
yeah, exactly.
Well, actually, this movie got bad reviews, but because
which is fucking crazy.
I know.
I was like, there's not one thing that's wrong with this movie.
But what's it called?
One thing.
Because of the fame of Big that just came out.
Oh, okay.
They attributed to people probably took a chance on Tom Hanks
because before Big too, all of his movies were like those lighthearted, like Money Pit and all that. Well, before Bachelor Party was like first kind of stuff.
Oh, when he started maturing,
when he started doing it to like the lighthearted movies, like the Money Pit and Volunteers.
Remember One Red Shoe.
Yeah, around that nobody remembers that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know of it, but I don't remember anything.
Yeah, it wasn't good. That was like the other one that Gene Wilder did, The Lady in Red. I tried watching that. It was so bad. It was so fucking bad.
Oh man!
I was like, how is this Gene Wilder?
Tom Hanks was actually reluctant to take the role because now it kind of put him in this next level of
leading man.
I'm looking at as a dad.
Yeah, no, he didn't want to be looked at as a dad. Yeah,
exactly. Because he was a leading man in Big,
and
he's getting big, so he was like, oh, okay. You know, but then he's like, okay, now I'm gonna get to that age where I'm old enough to be a dad, and I want to be, you know, the cool guy.
Yes.
But back to Joe Dante. Joe Dante's like a huge. I love Joe Dante movies. And to this day, I mean, he did Small Soldiers too. But I mean, there's a lot of misses, but he just still got this kind of. All his movies had that certain feel. The one I was saying with no, Amblin was not Gremlins. It was Explorers.
Okay.
Explorers was the
Oh,
first movie Joe
wow.
did.
I forgot about that flick.
Yeah. So he always has that kind of that really kind of feel like he loves. He was saying like how like they're always like, well, is it a horror? Is it a comedy? Is it a science fiction? Is it a comedy? He's like, can't it just be both? It's like
Yeah.
why do you got to be so linear and everything? Like just branch it up. It's just
Yeah,
he
yeah.
likes to have humor and everything he does. Even Piranha has humor in it. It's a fucking straight up Roger Corman horror movie, which I think is pretty good.
Piranha.
Piranha's great, man. I love it. I love the remake even more though. The remake is way
The
better.
3D,
look
the
at
Piranha
those.
3D.
Yeah.
Oh, it is really good.
That's a fucking fun movie. Man.
That's funny.
Oh, yeah.
Get me. The second one was even worse. Get me
Um,
my legs.
You know what? We had to watch on big screen for my son's birthday. Birdemic. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a treat.
Yeah.
We had to make fun of the whole thing. That was the only way we could get through it, you know, like because the one
Listen.
time he made me actually sit down and watch it.
Yeah. There's some
out
bad
Eddie.
movies that it's great to watch once. That was not a great movie to watch twice.
And then you know what I found out afterwards? Part 2 is coming out.
Yep. They've been working on that for years. This one's come out years ago.
Oh, maybe
Um,
he's not done with
yeah.
acting. Listen.
Yeah, put on a room for me and I'll be all right with that one. You're gonna put on
Yeah,
a bad
right.
movie.
Oh man.
While they were making this movie, there was a writer's strike,
Yeah.
which is fucking cool as shit because almost all the dialogue was improvised on the set.
Yeah.
Get
Because
the hell out of here.
They hired
serious?
the writer as one of the
The extras, just so he could be on the set,
Yeah, and help out with the script and
but he
stuff.
wasn't even allowed to say anything.
Uh-huh.
And so usually when you make a movie, you never do it linear. It's usually all over the place. You shoot these scenes. Everything was shot in that one street in the back of Universal Studio.
Cul-de-sac.
Love
Yeah,
that too.
Universal Studio. That's where
Leave
the
It to
Munsters
Beaver.
house was.
Yeah.
Leave It to Beaver
Actually,
house.
Corey Feldman's house was the Munsters house,
Munsters,
and
yeah.
because it was so recognizable, they, like,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
really show the full house. So they always show a piece of it.
And
Whoa.
it was on the back lot of Universal Studios. A lot of what was that? Desperate Housewives was like one of the last shows
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
did over there. While they were filming, they would have the trolley come in with the tour guides.
Okay.
And back in the day, what they would do is have the trolley stop while they were filming something.
Yes.
But Universal didn't want to do that anymore. So back in the 80s, they're like, no, this is a moneymaker for us, so keep fucking going. So they had to actually stop shooting every time the fucking trolley came by.
Ain't that
All you
about
hear in the
it?
Yeah, it was
background,
one
like,
of
here's
their
Joe
biggest,
Dante directing.
It was one of the biggest money makers, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
But
I think it was like behind the jaws or something.
yeah, and the Jaws thing was over there. They said
Yeah.
you could hear like the guy screaming "help" or something like that. I couldn't fucking-
That's so funny.
Yeah.
But they shot it from beginning to end in order, which is
Oh,
rare
okay.
for a movie. They rarely do that for a movie.
Hmm.
So a couple of things happened by doing that. One, everybody knew where they were at as far as character wise.
Oh, that's
the
cool.
movie as it was going. Also, because they didn't have a lot of the script written, they didn't even have an ending yet.
Oh,
And
thank you.
all the actors would contribute to scenes. So like Carrie Fisher and Tom Hanks wrote that scene where they're playing Jeopardy. They
Oh,
wrote that scene.
Yeah.
And that's why what's his name? Bruce Dern wrote so many scenes. He did it when he was peeling the wallpaper
Yeah.
at the Klopex house when he starts
Yes.
scratching at the wallpaper.
Yeah.
Remember when he starts peeling, Jay?
Yeah.
Oh, you look like you were like.
Yeah. No, I was thinking in my head, I was like, did you actually ever say the movie? Or did you just say, oh, this is such a great movie, it's the
No, we
best?
said the
and then we
burbs. Yeah,
just
we said
started
the
to
burbs. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That'd be funny though. They're like, what movie is this?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, it's like, clues. Oh, the Colpex. Oh, that's it.
But yeah, Bruce Dern wrote that scene. So
Right.
everybody like wrote little scenes in there just to kind of make the movie come together, which
That's
it
awesome.
shows, man. And he said they had so much fun on the set that Joe Dante was like, I don't even know what's gonna happen today because we just keep changing shit every day. And everybody was changing everybody was ad libbing. Rick Dukeman did friggin' almost. They said like 70% of his dialogue was ad libbed. He just kept fucking he would just go on a tangent. He goes, most of it was cut, but he goes, a lot of it wasn't because it was just so good. He was
Yeah. He's
Art, right?
He's
Art?
fucking great.
yeah. He
I
always
love
has
it.
some conspiracy.
Oh, correct.
Yeah, exactly. Like, even to the end and shit like that. I love that. I was like, when he goes after him.
Yeah.
Okay. Art,
So-
okay. I don't know which character it was.
Yeah, Art.
Yeah.
So yes, we have Tom
Right
Hanks
there.
played by Ray Peterson, played by Tom Hanks. He's the main character. His story arc also was taken out of the movie. He was supposed to have lost his job.
Okay, he was on vacation.
He wasn't on vacation. He lost his job, and he was just telling his wife that he was on vacation. He didn't want to tell his wife. So that was a side story that they wrote. I watched the alternate ending, and actually at the end of the movie, she was like, she goes, I could tell by your body language that you lost your job. Like after everything happens with the alternate ending was horrible. Like there was it was like nothing really happens. They don't find the skulls and nothing like that.
Oh damn.
Oh man.
So it's just the Klopek in the ambulance, and then they open up the door. They're like, oh shit! And they just catch the Klopek about to hit him with the needle and shit, and that's it.
Well, actually, the original script was supposed to be that Tom Hanks' character Ray Peterson dies.
Yeah.
And then what's it called? Once they hired Tom Hanks, they were like, yeah, nobody wants to watch Tom Hanks die. So they scratched it. You know, they were like,
That's the same thing with the ending where they couldn't figure out what they would find in the trunk or whatever.
Yeah.
Cheerleaders and the garbage
men. That's funny.
Bruce Dern was fucking phenomenal in this movie. He's always phenomenal in everything he does. He's like one of those high class actors, and they raved about him so much in the documentaries. Like every act, like he actually took Malachi, whatever, the Courtney Gaines, who played. Wait, was it Malachi? No, Malachi was the young one. No, it was Malachi.
No,
Malachi was the redhead, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Because there was the young one I was yelling.
Isaiah. Yeah. It was Isaiah. Isaiah was the little one. Because that's all I can ever see is Malachi.
Exactly. That's all I remember.
He was like Bruce Dern. He was still young and acting or whatever, and Bruce Dern took him aside and says, "I like the choices you're making." And he was like really like mentoring him as they went through the movie. And he's like, for somebody who has 2 lines in the whole movie, whatever. Yeah, so that was really. But they said that like he's so knowledgeable of things that he would just sit there and talk, and you could listen to him talk all day and everything. He was one of those kind of people. And he's still alive, man. He's still doing movies. It's crazy. He just came out with a movie recently.
Bruce Dern is one of the Klopeks, correct?
No, man. Speaking Mark, what's it called? The army guy.
I was gonna say the.
Oh, okay, I got
I
you.
don't know who Bruce Dern is. He was in
Dude, I just know faces.
what you would call it?
I know
Last
faces
Ken
on my-
Hateful Eight. He was in
I know
Hateful Eight.
exactly who it is. I know who it is now. They told me the army guy. But I know faces like a motherfucker. As soon as names come by, I'm like,
the general, I think he is.
Fucking the great, as always, Carrie Fisher.
yes.
Yep.
She was hot in this movie.
She's fucking old. She's always been hot. I mean, she's not when she got old, but I mean, that's wrong to say. But one of my favorite fucking actresses. I love her. I was so freaking heartbroken when she died. To this day, I still have I still have the newspaper. I showed it on the last Star Wars special. Yeah, I think out of any fucking celebrity death. And speaking of celebrity deaths, man, big ups to Chadwick Boseman, man.
Yes.
That's harsh, man.
Black Panther, my God.
Yeah, I don't know. That one just hit me for some
Right, it did. It hit everybody hard,
guy,
man.
and it was so young, and it was just like
Made great
out
movies,
of
great
left field. It was just like, wait a minute, what is this? Why
Exactly,
people keep playing on my phone?
I was at when I read that I was at a wake or whatever, and I thought it was unreal. And then when I woke up the next morning, I was like, "Oh shit, that really did happen." I thought that was like something in my imagination or something. Rick Dukeman as Art is fucking great. And he was
hilarious.
Yeah, he definitely played the great part, like that neighbor.
He just, like I said, to the very fucking end, man. He's the one character that doesn't change at all. He's just still in. He's like, "What, you shot up already?" And you had Corey Feldman. Oh well, Wendy Shaw, who plays Bruce Dern's wife.
Yeah.
Freaking Francine from freaking American Dad. I was bugging out.
Yeah, well, she does like a whole bunch of stuff for Seth MacFarlane, like the voices. It was like 250 cartoons or something like that.
Well, I only saw American Dad. She said because he hired her because he loved the burbs so much.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Corey Feldman, Zinnis.
Yeah, which he had to. He kept bringing Michael Jackson's
Monkey, I heard about that shit. He kept
on
bringing
the
bubble.
set, and he kept crapping all over the place.
Shitting all
So
over
they
the
had to ban the monkey from the set.
Yeah, director had to ban the monkey.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
When he came to Joe Dante called him because he worked with Joe Dante in Gremlins, and he was like, "Yeah, Corey Feldman would be great for this part." Whatever. He called him to come over, and Corey Feldman had just finished filming "Dream a Little Dream." I
Ooh,
love that movie. I got to see that movie again.
good
He had,
flick, good
but he had the
flick.
long black hair in that movie. So when he came in, he had the long black hair, and he was like, "Yeah, I know, I don't look the right part." And he goes, "No, that's the part. That's what I want. I want the long hair and everything like that." And they just dyed it blonde. So
Which is good because I'm sure the producers of the other, or the director of the other, Dream a Little Dream was like, thanks a lot, just in case we got to do some reshoots.
yeah,
You don't want a Last Starfighter incident, you know, where you have to wear that
yeah,
badass
yeah,
wig.
yeah, yeah. What was the other one too? The last one. Oh yeah, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. His hair was all flat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So the Klopeks are played by Courtney Gaines. That's the youngest one. It's Hans.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Pinocchio.
Another ad-libbed line.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. What the guy? I forgot the little guy's name. His name was Brother. They called him Brother Theodore. And
Yeah. His real name,
like,
Brother Theodore. What the hell?
but if you look at IMDb, he has a real name. It's like Theodore something.
Uh-huh.
He
Okay.
did like a lot of one-man shows in New York.
He's not
like
the
in
doctor,
Village.
right?
Not the
No.
doctor. No. The doctor is
doctor-
fucking. I know exactly who that is. That's Henry.
Yeah, the
Gibb
guy from Laughing.
from
the
Laughing.
doctor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So the other guy is the short.
Yeah.
Shorter one.
Yeah, actually, he's like a Holocaust survivor, and
Yeah. And he would have a
yeah.
one-man show talking about the Holocaust.
Oh,
He said
okay.
it's very, very dark and gothic, and that's why he hired him.
Yes.
Yeah, they
kind of
said,
dark and gothic.
they had an issue because he can't hear well, so they'd have to like yell at him so that way he could react and stuff, you know. So they had to do a lot of cutting and.
I know how that is.
Yeah.
And the movie starts.
Yes.
They love talking about that opening Universal thing
Yeah.
Yes.
where it kind of zooms in into the small town or whatever.
Yeah, they actually had to put the Universal beginning and the end just because they didn't do the traditional in the front.
Oh shit! I didn't even catch that. Yeah.
I didn't get that. Look at the Paperboy. What an arm he's got, huh? Fucking,
Yeah. What a
Yeah,
jerk!
damn.
It's like, yo, I pay
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Sitting there trying to peg everybody. You know?
Hey, you know I'm gonna tip you? I love the way he throws the coffee at him too.
Yeah, that's funny.
That was one thing I was noticing when I was watching is I forgot how physical a comedian Tom Hanks is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He has that physical, like just the things that he does with his body. Like that's why I love Money Pit.
Yeah.
I got into Money Pit like a couple of years ago for the first time. I really wasn't a fan of it, and
Yeah.
now I started noticing stuff that he was doing, and just those little fucking
The twitches and
the
stuff
twitches,
like that.
like the way he like goes down the stairs at the end.
Yeah, kind of like a rubber man or something.
Yeah.
Oh, my
The
goodness.
Gurney scene, holy shit! I appreciate the shit out of that scene. The way he does that. With his little body, he's like, I'm sick.
Take me away.
So,
my goodness.
And then we have the famous dog from
Silence of the Lambs, right? I just found that out like literally right before we started this thing. I was like, that's
took a
fucking
crap
crazy.
on Rumsfeld's lawn.
Rumsfeld, that's what his last name was.
Rumsfeld,
I'm trying to figure out what it was before when we were saying that. They're like something weird across the streets going on. That's when you see the Klopeks house with the lights going on, right?
Yeah, man. Shoot, man. Creepy looking house.
Oh, yeah, when he crosses the boundary of the house, and all of a sudden the wind starts blowing, and he starts back, and it stops. That was really cool. So they're in a cul-de-sac. Chops, do you know what a cul-de-sac is? That's the word of the day.
No.
A cul-de-sac. It was just like a kind of like a dead-end street.
Dead end, like a round dead-end street, you know.
Yeah, so as you can see, there was like only one way in and one way in and one way out. That's it.
Yeah. And then we got
Art. Art always talking about the gossip or whatever about all the fucking that they said that the Klopeks, the last house that they lived in, burnt to the ground.
Yeah.
He's the gossip of of the town.
He's a troublemaker. That's what he is.
He reminds me of me when I was younger. I used to go to people's houses and eat everything.
Yeah.
He ate everything, bro. Everything.
That's so funny. Yeah, he's just like, he just comes barging in, he's shooting, trying to shoot the crow and shit, and he's just like, oh, you having breakfast? Oh. And then he's got this big ass plate, and he's going in the fridge and just like got ribs and shit.
Ribs and pancakes, food, he eats his food, and he Tom Hanks food.
Yeah, he's like, you eat those eggs? But then Carrie Fisher's bringing the dog food over, and he's like just reaching over and grabs something like, and he forgot about and then you see her, like in the background, put it down to the dog. I was ready. I was like, what the hell?
I didn't catch that. Yeah, I didn't catch that.
Oh, you didn't?
He was chewing it, and he wiped it down with coffee. Like,
yeah. You see, him like, oh, and then then she puts it down.
That's awesome. The other thing that's cool about this too is the colors of the suburbs. Everything is so fucking colorful, so bright and colorful. Totally like the '80s, man. It was totally '80s movie.
Yeah, we were talking about that with the Last Starfighter. How all the movie they picked the trailer park because everything in the '80s was a suburb, a nice.
And it was a little darker too, and compared to this, where everybody had bright pink or green or some kind of fucking crazy color or whatever. Those '80s colors that we all loved. So
all neon based.
Word.
So they were talking about how the Klopeks only come out at night and stuff like that, and they're doing all the rumors about it, right? And Ricky told them that he saw them digging.
Yeah, the little kid. Yeah. Like grave diggers.
Like grave diggers, yeah.
They're like, don't give him ideas.
And that's when Ray's just like, I just stop it. I just want to be on vacation. I don't want to do shit and everything.
Yeah.
Where are we at? Young hot white. Yeah, we meet up with the wife. Oh, and they see the first Klopek come out there with
That's when Hans comes
out.
And everybody just stops. And, what they do.
Stop mowing the lawn. They stop looking and feeding the dog. He's like, oh my God.
Yeah, and then he notices everybody just.
Is that the scene where Art's telling Ray to, why don't you go over there, talk to him? Go over there, talk to him.
Yeah. So then he starts convincing him.
Yeah. That whole part was ad lib too. He's like, go ahead, do it. Just do it. Go. You're gonna miss it.
He's like, in front of your son.
And he's gone. Look what you did. Oh man. Come on, man. Got faster than that.
So then they decide, all right, I'm going, and then he notices everybody's watching. So Rick Dickerman's like, oh well, I'm going too. I don't know, and everybody's watching.
In front of your son. Come on. Don't look like a wuss. He's like, what? What are you talking about?
And he falls to the wood.
Yeah, they go to knock on it.
And the number sign.
The number goes 666. Yeah.
And the 999.
Yeah. No. It was 669, and then just the last one fell, and then it goes 666.
Oh, okay. I thought the whole thing fell.
Yeah.
No, just the one number.
Okay, then the bees come out.
Yeah.
They start running around and try to hose them down.
Yeah, they hose them down.
Come to the water. Come to the water. And the coolest thing was that Art had a live bee in his mouth. And the
mouth.
I was thinking, I was like, was that dead? And they just went, bzzz, and then it makes you think that it's real, or was it real? Because that's one thing I was telling my son when we were watching. I was like, those movies back then is messed up because, like, even like Candyman and stuff, I was like, because there ain't no CGI, so you got
Candyman.
You got to put those bugs in your mouth.
That was a lot of bugs, man. I couldn't even imagine that, man.
I was like, now everything's just CGI, but back then you had, you really had to put that spider in your mouth.
And because when they did do it, it was highly, highly noticeable.
Yeah.
They're gonna smoke cigars. He comes over here because his wife won't let him smoke cigars.
Yeah, so now it's nighttime and stuff like that. And he's like, I'm gonna go walk the dog.
He had a conversation. He goes, his wife goes, where you going? I'm going to freaking he said, I'm going to Honolulu or somewhere really far. And she's like, no, I'm going outside to walk the dog. Where do you think I'm going? And it was a long, big thing. It was a big thing. Man, I missed that.
Wasn't that big of a thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't remember it being that big of a
Talking
dialogue.
about it. See, because you guys don't have closed caption. I got it.
And so they started talking to Ricky, Corey Feldman character, and he talked about the conspiracy theories, like they opened up the gates of hell and shit like that.
I think we're about to learn about.
Yeah, and then we want to learn about the legend.
Skip.
Legend of Skip. Yo,
Oh,
that shit had me like for some reason though. I fucking love that scene, and I forgot to check to see if he ad-libbed that or not, because it's so good.
He's like, they're holding the, he's like, those little trees that you put in your car, people are hanging them all over. Trying to kill the fish,
Yeah. What was the story?
What was the
Jay,
story,
you remember
Jay?
the
Yeah,
story?
you said you knew.
I know you remember the story.
Yeah, I called you out on last night.
Well, the stuff. Well, I don't know what. Like, I'm gonna tell you the night before Christmas.
I can prove it on text.
but the basic of the story is that they used to, back when Rick Dugerman was what's his name?
Art.
Art. When Art was like 7 years old, there was this fountain store that where the mall now is and stuff. And actually, the town is named after the Leave It to Beaver town.
Yeah, Mayfield.
Mayfield, because it was shot in the same neighborhood. But not to.
Yeah, skip to
so
skip.
now it's a mall. So anyway, what's it called?
Put him on the spot.
One day there was this smell coming out of his house and stuff like that, and nobody knew what it was and stuff like that. So then it just it happened to be an exceptionally hot summer that year. So people started complaining, so the cops came over, or the Board of Health or something like that, and he just said, he had a sump pump problem and stuff. But what it really was that one day he snapped and he killed his family with an ice pick. And it was the rotting corpses in the basement.
The way he tells the story.
He's like,
And then they scared the crap out of Tom Hanks. He fucking jumped. He almost dropped his cigar. They're like, I'm sorry, Mr. Peterson. You were falling for it. I had to get you. It was open. He's like, he got all mad. We're in the house.
I heard voices and shit like that. I was like, what the fuck did I just hear?
I thought I heard something too, but I thought it was the Zoom. Like, I thought you were doing something with the sound, like a sound effect or something like that.
Okay.
I told you about that movie on Shudder. Holy shit, man, that was scary. Like you see like them talking and like fucking a demon would be behind them and shit like that. It was fucking crazy.
Funny.
So now Ricky's got a date and everything. She's like, why can't we watch a movie? He's like, man, this is real life, man. This is better.
Starts inviting his friends and shit.
And they see Art sneaking around. What was he sneaking around for?
Because he was gonna break into the house while they were in talking about.
Ray was in there watching Jeopardy. That's the scene with that him and Carrie Fisher.
Yeah. Okay, got you. And then
Mr. Rumsfeld joins the group to spy.
Oh yeah, the binoculars, the infrared goggles, right?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Hey, man, I'm waiting for you. Yeah, you all right there?
Yeah. No, I'm just like I'm missing that part of the movie. I'm just like, so I'm waiting for you to give me a cue. So that way.
Yeah, you know me and my club.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm just like, oh god.
Oh, that's when
on this freaking guy with his freaking nose.
I know. You know what it is? And then my light blew out on me yesterday. So I'm trying to write. All I got is a kitchen light and this little light over here. So I'm like trying to like write real fast or whatever. That's when you get the power sound. With the huge and then fucking the big blast of light.
Yes.
That knocks everybody down.
Oh yeah. So they're looking at their house, and then the furnace turns on at in the Klopek's house.
Yeah.
And then
Got the green and
he says, it smells like they're cooking a goddamn cat down there. And then what's his name comes out? The Hans comes out with the garbage bag. He started beating the shit out of the garbage.
But he drive the car out of the house with the stuff in it, drive the car out, and then take the stuff out of the back of the car.
That's what he says. Yeah, he says, I've never seen anyone drive the garbage down the driveway and then bang it in.
Beat the crap out of it.
Well, that was after they noticed that they found the dog. that was all dirty and stuff, and they were like, "Hey, where's Walter?" You know.
Oh
And
yes,
then
yes, yes.
that's when they started thinking, "Oh, he's cooking Walter," you know, like, and that's Walter in the bag, you know, because they start, you know, the next morning when they, you know, it starts
Well,
raining, so everybody runs, but the next morning when the garbage men come to take the
well,
garbage,
then they see them digging. What's his name? Ray sees them digging in the backyard
yeah,
right before that, and then that's when they go after the garbage. Yeah, which
yeah,
is the great Dick Miller, who's in every single Joe Dante movie. One of the garbage men.
Yes.
No, he's the
from
one. The
Gremlins,
Gremlins. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
He's
Mr.
always in every movie.
Mr. Fetterman, or
Mr.
something
Fetterman,
like
that's
that.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's also in a shitload of Roger Corman films. There's a documentary. He's another one that I want to see. I love when they make documentaries of these guys that pop up in movies like that because it's so
Yeah.
interesting. Like how many movies, like their freaking resume is like fucking thousands of movies. Like not
Yeah, it's
hundreds,
crazy, yeah.
thousands.
What? So they start tearing apart the garbage. You know, like, we gotta find Walter, you know, and they're arguing with the garbage man
garbage
about, you know.
And I pay your salary.
Yeah, he's
Who's
like,
gonna
who's
pick
gonna
up all
clean
the
this
garbage?
mess up?
You are, because you're the garbage man. I'm not clean nothing.
Walter's dog didn't happen yet because then Bruce Dern, excuse me, he says, "Wake up and smell the coffee." They know we were watching and decided to bury the bodies. And that's when Walter's dog comes by. That's when they find Walter's dog.
Yeah, but
Okay.
they don't think that the naps are dead. They just think the naps left and stuff.
No. But we're talking about Walter's dog. You were talking about how they
Yeah,
found them earlier. No,
yeah.
that's because that's what makes them go into Walter's house. That's
That's
right
it.
after they find the dirty dog. They're like, "Oh shit!
Yeah.
Now let's break into the house or whatever."
Got you.
Yeah, Ray writes the letter. We have your dog.
Yeah.
Comes bite him in the ass later on.
Yeah.
He's like, and then you got this ransom note.
Yeah. Then I goes to reading the art of demonology.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He gets it right down there, and he's like, "Look at this! Look at this!" He's like,
Yeah.
You're chanting. See, you're chanting. It's
Yeah. He's
working."
like, he's like, I'm not. He goes, I should have went to the lake. He's like, I'm not listening. I'm not listening. I'm not listening.
He's like, "I'm gonna kill you." Whatever,
Satan is good. Satan
Yeah.
is great.
Sing to the pal.
Yeah.
Sing to the pal. And then he goes, Tom Hanks goes, I should have listened to my wife. He goes, listen to your wife? Who listens to their wife?
Which was another part at the ending that I never caught before. We'll get to that one later. He's watching the TV and everything. Like every fucking horror movie is on. We're watching like Race of the Devil with Peter Fonda. You guys probably don't know that one. That's a good one.
No,
Yeah,
I didn't.
I
I saw that it was on there. I was like,
It was,
okay, yeah, because I don't know that one.
It was the 70s. Peter Fonda was in it, and he's in a trailer park home, and they wind up like fucking with Satanists, and the fucking Satanists fuck with him the whole time, like the whole trip.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was really good. It's one of those rare gems. Exorcist, Texas Chainsaw 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just those three.
It must have been Hard Saturday Night or something.
Yeah.
But they were all like one
Because it was
after the
like
other.
3 great movies. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
And then he falls asleep.
yeah, he has that dream.
And he has the dream sequence where, like, if you look really quick and closely to the wall, you can see where the
Oh, did you? I didn't see that.
Yeah,
and
it's like a
and
little
the version
strip.
I got, which is right here, because of course I got the
Saints.
special collector's edition. This was a 2K scan, so it looked fucking great.
Oh,
Definitely
okay, yeah, they probably fixed it.
Yeah, it actually just came out maybe like half a year ago or something. No, but yeah, no, I didn't notice it. And usually you would notice it more when
Like I'm the kind of person that's looking at the wall to see if there's squibs and stuff, you know, so that when dots go up and stuff, be like, yo, yeah, they're there. You know?
Is it this is when they show the devil guy, right?
Uh-huh.
Which is the guy Kevin McCarthy from UHF. He was the boss,
Oh.
the bad guy. Did you catch that?
No.
From UHF. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know exactly.
The guy who owned the radio station.
Yeah.
Good,
Dog on the bull and dog snot.
he's good friends with Joe Dante, and Joe Dante called him up. He was like, so he was supposed to be the boss of that side story of Tom Hanks getting fired.
Hanks,
And they
yeah.
were going to show that. And the whole thing was that the way Joe Dante says it is that he definitely wanted to make an homage to Hitchcock. And this is about the closest thing to Lifeboat, which that whole movie takes place on a boat, a
Yeah,
lifeboat.
yeah.
Okay.
The whole movie takes place in the suburb, like that one suburb. They never go outside that cul-de-sac. If you
Yeah,
think
like
about
you
it.
mentioned that in the Klopek's house, there's a picture of like Rosebud, which is like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
an
Sled.
homage to Citizen Kane.
Yep.
Oh,
That's not Hitchcock though.
Oh shit! Oh,
That's
sorry.
Orson Welles.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry.
um,
don't.
Hey man, this is an '80s show.
Yeah, man.
I can't be judged on my trivia beyond the '80s.
Damn, man.
somebody didn't pay attention in film school. What was saying though? Oh yeah, so yeah, no, I didn't. Yeah, it's really cool because like they were going to show the actual him getting fired or whatever, but they didn't
Yeah,
want
yeah.
any. That's where he made the decision. Like he cut everything out of the story like that, where everything has to be in that cul-de-sac, nothing leaves.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's how they are too,
I think
because
that
you never
I
see
think
them leave. You never
that
see.
helps the magic of the movie.
Yes, yes, definitely does.
You know, because it's just like in this little world, just like these
Yeah.
people in this
It's,
little world.
yeah, exactly. Because like there's nobody else outside this world except for them. I like too with the dog. It's got the axe in its head.
Yeah, they got him strapped up to the grill. They're cooking him.
And then Art like, what the hell the guy's name? The guy who did the murder? The guy who dressed up like the milkshake guy. Who ordered the bloody
Yeah, it's Art.
milkshake? That's Art. But he was
Oh, Skip. He's dressed up as Skip.
Skip. He's like,
Oh,
I'm
yes,
Skip.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not really Skip.
Yeah, he's got the ice pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who ordered the bloody milkshake?
He's like, he made too many lemon marmalades and lost it,
I like that they transitioned from the Nightmare to Mr. Rogers,
Yeah,
Yeah,
he wakes up on
well,
the couch.
which Tom Hanks would play 30 years later, 29 years
ain't
later.
that some?
And that's when they're calling out, Ray, they're outside. They're like, dude, we got a plan.
It's so funny, and
I
it's
love
such-
this scene.
And it's such a typical married man.
Yeah, it's like Carrie Fisher comes out just like, my husband has to stay in his room. They're like, oh, come on. Can you please let him come out?
Just for a little while.
Yeah. He's not coming back out until.
It's so funny, and they're like all walking away, like kicking the ground.
Yeah.
And he's like, Carrie Fisher goes, well, he's not coming outside until he's done with the man I married. And Art goes, we don't have time for that.
I just gotta go. I'm gonna have to jump ahead to the joke at the end then because of that. Like, Art, your wife's home and your house is on fire. My wife's home.
That's funny.
Oh, shit.
So what is this with digging in the fence?
Yeah, so
Oh,
now
oh.
they're gonna go and try to break in, so they're gonna hop the fence. Rick Dugerman's gonna hop the fence, right?
Yeah, because that's when they did the digging, and they find the femur.
No, the
Right?
dog find the
No,
people.
they're actually no. That's what it is. They're not dog. Yeah, you're right. The dog finds it. They're
Oh,
not
the dog
people.
finds
They're
it, yes,
just
yes.
talking in the backyard.
Yeah,
like,
the dog was
I
digging in
think-
the fence near the
Yes.
fence or
Yeah.
whatever. That's right.
Yeah, because
And-
he's like, I'm taking a vacation. Leave me alone.
And
I
he
don't want
fucking
anything to do
passed
with
out
this."
Yeah.
from
And
the
he's
night
like
before.
grabbing the bone and throwing it.
Yeah,
He's
that's
like,
right.
I told you, right? Yeah. Until he finally realizes.
I think at this part I was.
No, that part was hilarious. He got screaming.
Yeah,
And Art looks at him.
the camera starts going in the eye.
That's what no, okay, before he does that, when he gets mad when he grabs the can, that was another like great fucking like Tom Hanks. He's like,
Yeah.
like, yeah, he's getting frustrated with him. It's like, yeah, okay, now I see where we are. Okay, yeah, so Art throws it, whatever. And then yeah. This is Walter. They throw it. Oh, so they throw the note.
Yeah, no, Art throws the note. He's like, they're gonna think it's me. It's from me. He's like, nah, they never make it. Yeah, they never think in a million years.
That's why he keeps crushing the beer can. He's like,
You idiot, why'd you do that?
That's right. Yeah, and then the note comes back over. All crumpled up and shit,
It could be a candy wrapper or a napkin.
Yeah. Nope, it's the note.
the way he does it. Nope. Yep, it's the nope.
That's funny. So then they start like making plans to sneak in, and then the wives jump in, right? And
Yes,
say,
yes. Yep.
And it's funny too because they give you some foreshadowing in the movie because I think it's Carrie Fisher says, let's go over there and talk to them before someone falls off a roof and sets themselves on fire. And then sure enough, later on, Rumsfeld falls off the roof and Art burns himself and everybody sets himself on fire.
Yeah, that seemed great.
So.
Snap.
So and then they, so they're about to go there, and they're like, "No, Art, you're not coming. Get the hell out."
Yeah. So while they're going in,
break in, yeah.
Man, I just did a whiplash.
Oh shit.
Yeah, there's the age. There's his age. He moved.
I moved too fast.
Yeah.
But he sneaks around to the back while they're going into the front. And, Uncle Reuben, that's his name.
Uncle Reuben, okay.
So that's when we got them inside the house and they start talking and
that really awkward moment. And Bruce Dern's got a lot of improvised lines in that whole scene. And I'm trying to remember them right now, and I can't think of it. When he's looking at the pictures and stuff like that.
It comes with the
pretty
frame.
good. Pretty good. It came with the picture.
He keeps saying, "Oh yeah, what are you doing this? What is that? Oh yeah, let's see what you got going on in there. Oh, who's hiding in the basement?"
And that was his second line. What's his name? The redhead, Hans.
Oh, Hans, yeah.
Where he says, it came with the picture and sardines. Sardines. So he says that in all the festivals, every time somebody sees him, it used to be that everybody used to go for him for Children of the Corn, have him sign up for things. He goes, the Burbs now is his second biggest seller. Everybody wants him to sign Burb stuff and everything.
That's funny.
And they always say that line to him. They're like, it came with the picture.
And what is the odd choice of hors d'oeuvres for the guest? They're both salty. He gives them sardines and pretzels. And that's it.
I don't think they had Edamons and stuff.
I wasn't thinking about. I was thinking about the sardines. That was it.
It was like you got some Edamons in Sanka.
I knew I wrote it down. The line that what's his name? Bruce Dern. He goes, Klopak. What is that? Slavic?
I said that in the beginning.
He's like, it's funny. I didn't see a moving van. He's like, we've been parked there all day.
So they're still sitting there with the thing or whatever. He's like about a 9 on the tension scale. And Ray does that sneeze.
Everybody's like, no, I'm okay. And then they're looking at him like, you gotta eat it. Eat the sardines. And he's like, fuck.
And then we meet the doctor, brother, the doctor.
Yeah,
Henry Gibson.
The doctor.
How's the drainage in the basement?
Yeah, he's got the paint all in his head. He's like, oh, what are you doing? Think his blood. Then they keep messing around with the painting. He keeps flipping it up.
That Great Dane that comes out, man. I haven't fucking seen a Great Dane like that. He goes, you got a horse in the basement?
And actually, that Great Dane was named after some serial killer from.
Yes. Okay, yes. I forgot about
it. Was Lucius or something like that.
Yeah, Lurpo.
Wow, yeah. Did you see how many candles he put on that table? He's like, I put the candles up for the ladies. It might be a little romantic. They're 15 big ass candles. Huge. And freaking, they're on fire, the whole table's on fire. They're like, oh, wow, dude.
So the dog chases Tom Hanks out the,
then it goes out. It goes into the backyard where Rick Dukeman, Art is. Art, and all the alarms go off or whatever.
Oh, that's what it is. He lets him out. He opens the door and the dog runs out. Okay. Yeah, and he tries to get over the fence and he trips on the wire. All the alarms start going off. Yeah. They're like, is that another one of you?
So the next thing I got written down was take your balls out of your wife's purse.
Well, no, because what's it called? So then, they're all like, they're decent people and stuff. And then Tom Hanks starts talking to him and like, hey, guys, they're just decent people, you know, like they leave him alone. He's like, you know what, honey, let me talk to the guys. Let me just, you know, I'll straighten this out. And that's why they're like, oh, that's my husband. Oh, you'd be the man I married, you know, and they send him away. And that's when Rumsfeld's like, take your balls out of you. He's like, no, you guys don't understand. And he pulls out Walter's wig.
Headpiece.
Yeah, he's like, I put this in the mail slot, and now they got it, you know. So they killed Walter, and we ain't gonna stop until, you know. Oh, actually, the Klopeks tell him that they're going to some convention. They'll be gone all day. Yeah. So they're like, we're going over there. We're not stopping until we find Walter.
Till we find a dead body, I'm not leaving.
Yep. Hey, what do we do now, soldier? He's like, I'm hopping the fence.
He totally takes an art with his freaking costume. He's got a thing for everything.
Yeah, right. He's got some like you know, like power company, or you know, like if you look at his shirt, it's always.
So what I got written down, you see my golf clubs, Carol?
Yo, he when they said they're going to go golfing, that's after the scene. I think it might be after the scene.
That's when they're gonna break into the house. That was the excuse he was given. Okay, now I remember. Okay, yeah.
And his wife goes away.
Yes, that's right. She leaves, and then Ricky is inviting everybody over. You got to come over, man.
The party,
crazy stuff, party. Rumsfeld comes out. He's got full fucking army regalia going on.
And it's funny, they go to break into they go, oh yeah, he's like, gonna cut the power.
That shit. He's like, you sure you know what you're doing?
He's like, yeah.
He's like, the wrong one. He's like, the wrong one could really fry you. He's like, nah, I got this. And the way he falls off of that, and you look down at the shed that he falls into, you see the outline of a body, like a cartoon. I actually didn't notice it until I saw the director's cut. I mean, the director's commentary.
Yeah.
Director's interview, and the producer actually, he's like, Joe Dante loves to put in these little stupid jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll always have like a punchline. Big example was the when they first saw the Klopek, they were walking up there and everybody's like, they're doing the Western thing where they're looking at everybody's eyes and they're zooming in on everybody's eyes. And then all of a sudden they fucking zoom in on the dog's eyes. Okay. He's like, well, I gotta have a punchline.
Okay.
But Jay was saying the black fingernails. He's like, look at my fingernails, they're black.
He's all smoking and everything.
He's like, my fillings are hot.
Yeah, he's like, they actually sizzle like.
It's so great.
When he touches it, he's like.
He's so good. He's such an underrated comedian. Because he was great in Scary Movie too. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, the father.
Yeah, the father. I'm just back here.
He's like, tell the cops there was not my coke. You know, hey, you're gonna hook Daddy up with some of your friends.
Yeah, he's good. He died like almost like he died a while ago, like 15 years ago, man.
Wow.
Like suddenly, it was suddenly kind of thing, like a heart attack kind of thing. I think. I'm not positive on that one, but I remember when it happened because it wasn't a big deal, and to me, I was like, oh man, I love that guy.
Yeah, me too.
So Rumsfeld goes up to the roof, to start spying, to do the reconnaissance work.
Yeah.
And,
the way what does he tell Ricky and the kid? He said, "Oh yeah, this is my friend, whatever." He's like, "Get that lame-o out of my yard." He's like, "Hey, all right, lame-o, get out of his yard." Look at the other ones that he says in the beginning when Corey Feldman is checking out his wife's butt, and he's like, "You know that kid's a meatball, right?" I just love those old-timer words. Like,
Like a meatball. He's like, no taillines. Very nice.
Yeah, that's when he's like, "Hey, Mr. Roosevelt." He slips and falls off the roof. So then you have Ray and Art breaking in through the back of the house.
And they're not like you see them digging and shit like that, and fucking Art just laying there and shit. Fucking Tom
doing nothing.
Doing all the work. And he was like, you know what? We've been out here for a long time. Let's go into the house. It's a lot cooler. He's not even doing anything.
He tries to break in with the credit card and snaps. He's like, it's a shit store anyway.
And he's got the other one that's all burnt.
It's all like trying to separate them. There's a big glob of burnt plastic.
They go to the basement and they find the furnace.
with the devil on it.
Well, they find the loose dirt under the table, so they like, oh, this has got to be it, you know.
Yeah.
They buried him here, you know. We got to
They
dig
buried-
here.
Oh yeah, yeah. But when we talk about the thermostat, like it goes to 5,000.
How come I'm still eat that though by 5,000?
That's what do you for crematorium, basically.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
5,000 is a lot. He's like,
Yeah,
well, the
that's- 5,000 is a lot,
thermostat
dude.
goes to 5,000.
And they never go-
That's when they start digging in the basement and shit like that.
Hmm.
And then everybody's about to leave. Ricky's friends are about to leave, and he's like, "No, I called the pizza dude." Corey Feldman wrote that line.
Come on to Mickey D's. Oh, wow.
So now it's
I didn't-
nighttime. They've been digging all day and stuff, and the Coldplex show up.
Yeah, so now this is a weird. I didn't get this. All right, so the Klopeks show up, turn out the lights, go back.
Yes. But
And
don't
then
want
they
him to
come
see
back
him.
with the cops
Yeah.
because
But
they
they're like-
noticed that the basement lights were on, and so they're
Yes,
like, "Oh,
yes.
somebody's
Okay,
in
yeah,
there."
yeah.
So
Well,
they
it was
come
like
back
that. You
with
can
the
call a
cops.
cell phone. Yeah, it's true.
They
Okay.
want to go they call out to a payphone. They're like,
Yeah,
oh, we're going to get these guys now. They're trying to mess the rest up.
So
great job Renfield did, huh?
Yeah, no, really true. That's a good point.
It's only one
I didn't
street.
think about that.
It's only
Exactly.
one way down, you
There's
know?
nowhere
So-
else to
yeah.
look at.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
dude.
they're around the corner.
And he's like, I don't think it's that far. I don't think it's that far. They would. There's no way they would be digging through so much sludge. And all of a sudden he hit something metal or whatever. And he goes, "You found it! You found the crypt! You found it! You found Walter!" He's going.
Yeah, he's like, "He found Walter! He
He
found
found,
Walter!"
yeah. And like all it was a clink of metal.
Yeah. And he's grabbing dirt. Like, yeah. He's not Walter.
And then just as that happens, the car pulls up and Walter comes out.
Yeah, he's like, "We got a problem. We got a real problem. Walter's here."
And then just as he does that,
He's like,
again, Tom Hanks, Ray hits the pipe, the gas line.
He's like, go.
He's like, "Shit, we hit the gas pipe."
Like, get out of
well, because then Rumsfeld also looks over to the other side, and he's like, "And the Klopeks are back, and they brought the buzz."
That's a good impression, man. That good.
You know?
And fucking Art comes running out of the house. The fucking whole fucking house just explodes. Man. It's fucking great.
That
Yeah,
was
he's like,
back
"Are you
to
in a gas pipe?" He starts running, boom, right behind him and stuff like that. He's like, "Ray, where's Ray?"
And I love that scene. The way Ray just comes out all just fucking
Yeah, he
discombobulated.
stops at the top of the porch. He's just looking around like,
Yeah, exactly. Knows what's going on.
his eyes
and
all
slides down the
swollen.
steps. Yeah, his eyes
all
swollen.
and everything. And he's just like, yep. Yeah, and then he just like,
Yeah, he just like slides down right the steps, whatever, on his feet, whatever. And of course, at the same time, Carol's now coming home.
Yep.
So now the cops are yelling at Ray, "Oh, you did this, you trespassing, you blew up public property, you blew up freaking private property." And he's just yelling at him. He just doesn't give a shit. He's like, "I
Yeah,
really
he's
like
like,
what you done with your hair."
Yeah.
It's there. We're not done.
Oh, and Art just keeps fucking going, man. Like, he doesn't stop.
He's like, yeah, this is not over.
But the way Ray just turned, like, while she's getting, he yells at, he's like, "I really like what you done with your hair."
Yeah.
Nice.
And like I said, you see Art in the background just still going on or whatever. And then fucking Ray flips, man, and he gives that great speech or whatever.
Yeah, he's like, no, that's not it, Ray. This isn't over. He's like, leave them alone. They're just decent people.
Yeah, well, he's like, we're the bad guys. We're the fucking ones that are fucking doing all that shit, whatever.
He's like,
Yeah, and then
stop,
and Art-
bro.
Art gets that, you get that little like pause from him, Art, and he's like, "I don't know what to say. You want me to move?"
Yeah, he's like, I'll fucking kill him.
Yeah, and he chases after him. "I'll fucking kill him."
And he starts biting his finger, his broken
That's why he does that great scene, man. And again, another improvised scene. Tom Hanks did that. He's just like, "That's it. I'm done. I'm done." He jumps on the gurney. He's like, "Take me. I'm sick. Take me to the hospital." And then like nobody takes it. He gets somebody, picks up the gurney and throws it into the thing. He's like, "I'll kill it myself." And again, his body language is so fucking hilarious, man.
Yeah.
The way he's fucking flopping around and shit. And he just lays, it like drops right onto the fucking thing.
That's funny.
He just
Drop it
flops
back.
on there.
Oh my God, that got me dying.
So now we have the doctor. Klopek comes, meets him in the ambulance.
I
And
thought the movie was over.
I think it's pretty funny that, well, it's messed up that, like he's like, I know you were in my basement. You saw my furnace. You saw my skulls, And it's like, damn, they never opened the fucking furnace door. They're sitting there digging everywhere.
Yeah,
That's a great
that's
point.
true.
That's a great
That's a very good point.
It's like, it was right there.
Yeah.
We could have done this morning.
And again, they well, like I said, they didn't have an ending, so you could definitely forgive them for all that because they didn't have no writer.
Yeah,
They make it up
yeah.
as they went along, basically, and come up with crazy shit like that.
So now Klopek's trying to kill him. He's like, I got a new tool set. I'll help you build your house. Yeah.
And Hans is driving the ambulance.
Yeah.
And they start driving or whatever, and he's trying to stop Hans and stop the needle from going into him that the doctor's doing him, and trying to stop Hans.
Yeah.
And Hans crashes the ambulance into Art's house.
Yeah, that's where the fire starts.
Yeah, and the doors open up and the gurney comes flying out, and they're both fighting on the gurney, and everybody's watching them now fighting and everything, and they run right into the
bangs right into the car, the Klopek's car, the trunk.
Car. See, I moved the wire today. I should have done that because it's twice now I did that because I keep hitting that goddamn mute button. All right, let's do that again.
So and then it pops open the hood.
Physical with my hands.
It pops open the hood, and lo and behold, there are all the skulls of the Naps that they took the house from.
No, I think it was more than just the Naps. The Naps
I
are the ones that were in
wasn't
the
done. You
furnace.
guys cut me off. I was going to say the Naps and all the other people they because we didn't say the Naps.
I think the Naps were still in the furnace. That's what he said before. No. He said you would have found
yeah, I know you saw
the Naps. I think, but what are they doing all in there? But hey.
Yeah, well, they took the previous house too and stuff, and then like you were saying, the alternate ending, they were gonna find the garbage men in there and cheerleaders, so it would make sense.
So the actual alternate ending that they filmed, I can get more into detail about it now. They deal more with the interviewing all the people like Ricky and everything, and Art, and while this is going on, he's like fucking. It's just like Tom Hanks like laying there in the dark in the ambulance, just muttering to himself. He's like, I'm not gonna hang out with Art no more. I'm tired of him. He's a crazy lunatic. And then what's his name comes in there? The doctor's already in there actually. So it's not even like he just comes in there. He's already in there. He's like hidden in the shadows, and he comes out and he's like, yes, you found my whatever. And he freaking covers his mouth and he's trying to stab him. And while he's doing that, Art's fighting with Carol. He's like, no. She's like, no, you got to stay away from my husband. That's it. You're done. You're done. You're not allowed to. He goes, no, I got to apologize to him. I'm sorry. I got to really apologize. I really did. And he opens up the ambulance door, and then they catch the Klopek trying to stab him. And that's how they catch him. And then, and then literally, like, that's it. It's like they arrest him. And
I'm glad they went with the ending they went with.
Yes, exactly. And then it ends off with at least they did put a little bit more action into it, all that.
Yeah.
And then that's when it ends off literally at with Carol and Ray just talking, and it's like, oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you. She goes, I know you lost your job, and that's when they went to the whole sub story about the job loss, whatever.
Oh, okay.
So, it was really bad. I was like, wow, good thing.
And that's when you have the part, hey, Art, your house is on fire, and your wife is home. My wife is home.
It's such an odd thing to say.
Yeah, that was nothing else.
Well, we skipped anyway. When the trunk opens or whatever. What's his name? Tom Hanks is freaking out. And he goes, citizens arrest! Citizens arrest!
Yeah.
Citizens arrest! No. Citizens arrest! Citizens arrest!
Then they noticed that the skull. Corey Feldman is like, hey guys, look at this, and he opens the blanket.
Yes, yeah. And then Hans tries to run out of the ambulance and say, hey, Pinocchio, where you going?
Yeah. He tackles him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you see the news at the end is like, just like you said, is like, interviewing Art, and he's like, it's like, people need to understand, we at the suburbs, in the suburbs, we're not going to take it anymore, like we're going to take action,
Yeah. Look out with suburbanites. We're not joke.
On the alternate version, he's telling that to a cop, and they really delve on where he's like, hey, you guys want to go to the Bolorama and grab a couple of beers or whatever? But they really like extended that one where he's like asking each individual person, and I was like, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Again, no, but the joke ran out like after the first person. It was like they did it much better in this one where he just says to everybody.
Yeah.
So instead of going to like, you know, he's like, because he goes to Bruce Dern's character, and his wife's like, no, he's coming with me today. He's like, yeah, we got to go do the debriefing or something like that, and they go to the house. Nobody wants to hang out with him. And the movie ends off with him just talking to himself. That's it, man.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
Awesome fucking movie, man.
Yes, it was.
Another one.
Highly recommended.
Yes, another one I've seen like a million times.
Yeah, it was. We saw this in the movies, Chops. We saw this in a triple threat movie, and I'm trying to figure out what the other one was.
Triple threat.
It was the first time we ever saw. I know it's a triple threat. It's a wrestling term.
Yeah.
But it was the first time we saw 3 movies at once.
Triple feature. Gotcha.
And I can't remember what the 2 other movies was because it was 1989, and I'm looking at 1989, and god damn, that was a great year. They say 1980. I think it was 1984 was the best year for movies, best summer for movies.
Okay.
But 1989 fucking had some crazy movies. 1989 had Batman, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade,
Yes.
The Abyss. I mean, like, but I'm looking at
God.
I was looking at the top movies of that year, and it was like, fuck, there was a lot. And some of them I could pair up. Like I remember seeing The Abyss with Lock Up with Sylvester Stallone.
Oh yeah! Wow.
I couldn't figure out this one, man, and I still can't. But all I remember was by the time we saw the 3rd movie, I was fucking sleeping in the middle of it. I kept falling asleep. But thank God The Burbs was the 2nd movie, and we loved the shit out of it.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I'm glad we got to see a lot of those movies in the movie theaters, especially the late 80s. See, and that's the other thing too. So far, we did 3 movies already from '89.
Oh, okay.
So think about that's where a lot of the Bill and Ted, See No Evil, Hear No Evil, and this now.
Yep.
So
Awesome.
a good movie for comedies and horror comedies.
That's very well
That's
done.
it, man. That's it. Anyway, closing statements. What did Lucas think of it?
Yeah.
You know, he was just like, yeah, I liked it, you know, but you know, he really didn't, you know, it wasn't his forte, you know.
It was there's a humor, there's a certain type of humor to it.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Very
you
dark, sarcastic.
You know, like he laughed at certain parts and stuff like that, but it wasn't like you know, his thing, you know. And I can't believe I haven't heard Chops say throughout the whole podcast what people should do.
I was
We're
going
about
to take that.
And you're supposed to start it off like that.
Yes.
That's what I'm
Hey,
saying.
Chops, what are you up to?
Oh my
That's what you're
God!
supposed
I'm
to start.
sorry.
You had one job.
You're gonna get fired soon, man.
I was gonna say, but instead you decided to talk throughout the entire podcast. You're just supposed to be that announcer guy.
It's like coming from you live from San Diego, Jason and Lou's podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you like this movie, if you ever seen it, subscribe, hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell icon in the noggin, and make sure you like it and tell your friends to groove into Electric Boogaloo with the Lou and Boogaloo.
All right, man, we're gonna have to get you a script.
Yeah, we really are. I just thought about that.
You know how Lewis
Yeah,
keeps
I'm gonna have
practicing that
Chloe
beginning?
hold the card in front of you.
Dude, I totally forgot that.
Oh yeah, so we have a YouTube channel and we have a Facebook channel, a Facebook page. We also have Ghetto Geek Squad, which is another thing that we also gotta start promoting too. We gotta start promoting all that stuff now. We're gonna be on iHeartRadio soon, so I'm working on trying to edit and trying to make it the best it can be, so we don't go in there because right now we're on fire. But we didn't start on fire. We started as a fucking some Kindle trying to light a match. Somebody trying to light a match.
Gotcha.
I don't know about you, but I've always been great.
Yeah, no, you didn't. There was many meetings. There was many meetings without you.
I was
Like,
wondering.
can we replace him?
I thought he said like twice a week, but I haven't had one yet.
Nah, I 100%. We got our groove. It was rough. It was a rough start in the beginning, I believe. But we didn't know what we were doing. I mean, I think that, and the more we do it, the more we find what works and what doesn't. We were jumping back and forth. I love that. I love it because we're conversating. So before it was like, it was like strict rules, like don't talk about the ending right now. No, stop. Let's have a good time. Let's have a fucking good time.
Oh, wait a
So,
minute. I can do that?
well, we
Oh,
were
it's
doing the
on
whole
now.
thing. The whole thing we were doing. As long as you don't go too much, but like when you just like when you don't, we would do it good. Just stay with it. Just stick. Got it, man. That's what I got to do. This is why you always fucking get almost fired. We're gonna replace you with a stuffed penguin.
I keep trying. You just won't let me go. I'm sorry.
On this episode, Jason's been replaced by a stuffed penguin.
Yeah, right.
Just
so much more entertaining. It has so much more to say.
He doesn't talk bad.
Oh man.
Nah, but seriously, guys, you guys been doing a great fucking job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Like I said, I love the fucking groove that we've been getting. We fucking molded this into something that I am really, really proud of.
Me too.
So, and I hope everybody else, I mean, if you didn't like it in the beginning, give it a try now. We are definitely up there. We're a little bit more faster paced, a little more funnier, a little bit more fucking crazier. And we're not going to say the M word anymore until the next Little People movie. I said M word, M as
I
in
was gonna say
M as in midget.
The N word.
No, I was like M and N. No, they sound a little too close.
Yeah, you got to do that. Like
LMNOP.
you got to say it in what is it?
Army
military.
Military. Military.
I can't think of it. Alpha phonic or something, whatever. I can't think of it.
Oh my god, I'm trying to fucking blank.
It's like micro.
But yeah, so like Chops was trying to say, we do have a YouTube channel. Subscribe to it. You'll get all the updates whenever we put on a new show. We are doing it bi-monthly now. We'll do it twice a month. Give everybody a little more time to catch up and try to get some more followers there. And tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody. And come on, hey, you want to get in on the show? Let us know, man. Hit me up. IM me, DM me, whatever they call them things. We can make this happen.
That really assures me you're gonna answer me. You don't even know what it's called.
DM, right? It's DM. Yeah,
it's DM.
Messages.
Until then,
Fucking like 3 strikes already now. Isn't that like?
I'm
you're supposed to be helping the cause. No, yeah, you're supposed to be helping the cause, and you're the dick of the cause. Yeah, but then also the Facebook. There's a Facebook page. Check that out. Check out Electric Boogaloo and Crew, and check out Ghetto Geek Squad. My friend Phil's podcast, Turnbuckle Throwbacks, and Rant the Radio is the place where all this is going to be at. So check out Rant the Radio on iHeart, iTunes, and Spotify. And on that note, I'm going to say good night to my fellow crew, my electric crew, and we'll be back in 2 weeks. You guys got any genre ideas? Not movies, but genres that we haven't done yet.
I was thinking about a movie that I saw show up on Electric Boogaloo, and I was just like, yes! You know what it is?
What?
House.
Oh,
maybe even do like a double feature, kind of 1 and 2 kind of thing. I don't know if 2 came out in the 80s.
Yes, House 2 did come out, and me and Chop saw that in the theaters. We took a bus.
Because I know that one we watched.
House we watched a lot more than Part 2. Part 2 I haven't seen in years, man. I don't remember.
I remember always watching Part 2. Like
Part
I remember
1 we watched
Part 1 a lot, but Part 2 is like around when cable started coming out, so it was always on.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, okay, that's definitely up there. We're gonna put that on the list. We just did a thriller, so we might push that one to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm also thinking,
is it time we got to do a drama?
I have been thinking about that.
We have to go to those ones that we really wouldn't do.
And I would really like to do something that was like a big movie back then, even if it wasn't our favorite.
I was gonna say maybe we could just like combine all the
combine. Yes, I combine because like I said, I definitely want to do a combine of like I can't see spending a whole episode on a John Hughes movie. But I could see an episode of Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, and 16 Candles.
And anything else?
Just throw those 3 right there and there. No, because Weird Science you could kind of do by itself because that's that great movie. But those movies all had a lot in common, and there's only so much you can say about it. But I mean, I don't know. We might wind up having more to talk about it. I have the I have a triple pack of it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys want to borrow it and then come up with an opinion, let me know.
I will.
We also got to do Young Guns. You know that I'm waiting for
Yes.
that one. And
Evil
Conan.
Dead.
Conan.
Evil Dead. Yeah.
right,
Trying
so
to mix up the things. Yeah, so we do. We definitely got a list. As always, put in your comments. Next movie we think we should do. I think the next one I'm gonna try to get another guest star in there. A guest star, not a guest star, but a guest. Yeah. If I got a guest star, then we would really be good. You know?
Yeah.
I got
Well,
Bruce
everybody's
Campbell
a star.
from Evil Dead. Oh, look at that.
What do
All
you
right.
know?
All right, man. Great fucking podcast, guys. Great job again.
Yes.
We're killing it, dude. I think we did it under an hour.
Hour and a half.
Yes.
Oh yeah, maybe an hour. I think. Yeah.
Wow,
Got some
we're
kind of
getting better and
record.
better, man. Moving it on. I like the time. But we're doing it, man. Hey, guys,
Yes.
take it easy, man.
All right. Bye.
Subscribe and like.
And like. And don't be an ass. Wear your mask.